You don't need to ask to be respected. You only need to live, act, and carry yourself as someone who deserves it. Most people spend their lives chasing attention. The Stoic spends his life earning respect. Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one." Simple words, yet that line holds the key to real power. People don't respect you because you speak well. They respect you because you live what you say. And today we'll uncover 9 psychological strategies forged in the fires of Stoic philosophy to help you become the kind of person who's noticed without speaking, the kind of person who makes a room pause when they walk in, not through tricks, not through manipulation, but through calm, discipline, and inner worth, the kind of presence no one can ignore. Welcome to the Stoic Path. If this message already resonates with you, you're exactly where you need to be. Let's begin. 1. Command your space. Let me tell you a story. A brilliant engineer I once worked with. Sharp mind, relentless work ethic, flawless results. But every meeting, he sat at the far end of the table, spoke softly, smiled awkwardly when interrupted. And every time he shared an idea, he'd start with, "Sorry if I'm wrong." 3 years later, the promotion went to someone less skilled, but who walked into every room as if he belonged there. The difference wasn't talent, it was posture, psychology, presence. You teach the world how to treat you by how you treat yourself. Epictetus once said, "First, say to yourself what you would be, and then do what you have to do. Don't decide who you are, then act like it." The Stoic doesn't beg for permission to exist. He doesn't raise his voice to be heard. He stands firm, calm, grounded, unshaken, and the world listens. From this day on, walk into every room as if you carry a kingdom within you. Not arrogant, not forceful. Simply steady, silent, and immovable amid the noise. That is how you command your space. 2. Forge your own joy. A friend of mine, Andrew, once told me, "My life is amazing as long as she texts me back." He was in love, passionately and completely dependent. When she smiled, he felt alive. When she turned cold, his world collapsed. He didn't realize a man who can't control the source of his happiness will never be respected. Seneca once warned, "He who depends on others for happiness is their slave." The Stoic doesn't reject emotion. He simply refuses to hand his emotional keys to someone else. You want to be respected? Then become the kind of person whose peace doesn't rise and fall with someone's mood. A confident man doesn't need validation to feel worthy. A strong woman doesn't need compliments to feel beautiful. Their joy comes from living aligned with their own values. True happiness isn't excitement, it's inner strength. Because when you learn to light your own fire, you no longer beg others to keep your flame alive. That's where real power begins. That's where your aura is born. Forge your joy within, and the world will feel your light, whether you speak or not. 3. The art of being present by being absent. We live in an age of noise. Everyone wants to be seen, to be heard, to be noticed. But when everyone is shouting, the one who stays silent becomes legendary. Here's the paradox. The more available you are, the less you're valued. The rarer you become, the more you're respected. Gold is precious, not because it shines, but because it's scarce. If gold were lying on every sidewalk, it would be worthless. A well-timed absence is a psychological art. A teacher once told me, "Don't be there all the time, my son. Give people the chance to miss you." So I tried it. I stopped showing up to every gathering, stopped replying instantly, stopped forcing every connection, and something changed. When I returned, people listened. They saw me differently. Not because I had changed, but because my absence had increased my worth. When you're always available, your value fades. But when you step back with purpose, you create space for others to realize your importance. This isn't a power game, it's self-respect. The Stoics understood. Absence sharpens love, presence strengthens it. So don't always be there. Don't make yourself easy to find. Let your presence become an event rare, memorable, undeniable. Be like gold, scarce, pure, and impossible to ignore. 4. Be the sun, not the satellite. When you make someone the center of your universe, you lose your gravity. And when your gravity is gone, they drift away. A woman once told me, "I was always the one who texted first. I checked in, I cared, I worried. But one day, I stopped, and he never reached out again." It broke her, but it taught her something priceless. If you spend your life orbiting others, you're the one who gets dizzy, not them. Seneca once wrote, "The less we need from others, the more powerful we become." So live like the Sunday. Don't beg others to revolve around you, just shine. Stop asking, "How can I make them like me?" Start asking, "How can I become someone impossible to ignore?" Don't build your world around one person, build your own world. Your projects, your passions, your purpose, your philosophy. And soon, you'll notice something powerful. People start wanting to be part of your orbit. You don't have to chase. You don't have to plead. You only have to shine, and the right ones will naturally move toward your light. 5. The power of walking away. A businessman friend once told me, "The day I learned to walk away from a bad deal was the day I truly became powerful." Before that, he tried to fix everything, every contract, every relationship, every opportunity, even when those things no longer served him. But then he realized not everything valuable is worth keeping. Stoicism teaches, you always own the option of having no opinion. You always own the right not to engage. Real strength begins the moment you stop being chained to the need to win. You're not afraid to lose the job because you trust your ability to earn another. You're not afraid to lose someone because you know love cannot survive independency. When you detach from the outcome, you become free, and that freedom commands respect. Walking away isn't weakness, it's a declaration of worth. Every time you turn your back on something unworthy, you send a signal to the world. I value myself too much to cling to what doesn't respect me. And the paradox is this: the moment you let go is often the moment they finally want to hold on. 6. Make them fear losing you. No one values what they think will always be there. When you're too predictable, you become invisible. But when you know when to pull back, you make people tremble at the silence you leave behind. This isn't manipulation, it's the law of scarcity. A friend of mine used to show up for everyone. He'd lend money, listen for hours, help, support, comfort, always available. But when he needed help, no one showed up. He didn't realize people don't value what costs them nothing. The Stoic doesn't withdraw to control others. He simply reclaims his energy from places that no longer deserve it. So, manage your energy like a strategist. Invest it in your growth, in the few who truly appreciate you, and in the things that last. Because the moment you stop giving everything to one person, they start to feel your absence. They start wondering, what changed? That's not manipulation, that's nature. Value rises when something becomes rare. The Stoic never tries to make others fear losing him. He just builds a life so solid, so meaningful, that losing him is a real loss. So make your presence a privilege, not a guarantee. When the world realizes you're no longer easy to reach, they begin to respect you more. Not because you've changed, but because you've changed the way they're allowed to reach you. 7. The power of what you don't say. We live in an age where everyone shares everything, every meal, every feeling, every passing thought. But the Stoics understood something deeper. Mystery is power. Silence ignites imagination. An unfinished sentence makes people think. A glance withheld lingers in their mind. Seneca once said, "It is a great thing to know the season for speech and the season for silence." When you reveal everything about yourself, you become predictable, readable, replaceable. But when you hold something back, you create depth. You become intriguing, unfolding, timeless. Someone once asked me, "Why don't you ever talk about your plans?" And I said, "Because I'm busy executing them." Note: not everything needs to be shared. Some things should speak only through results. You don't need to explain. You don't need to justify. Those who understand won't need words. Those who don't won't believe them anyway. Silence isn't the absence of communication. It's the highest form of control. When you no longer need words to be understood, you've reached a level of strength words can't touch. So let people discover you, like a book with no cover, one that only opens for those worthy enough to read it. 8. The law of value investment. Have you ever noticed, when someone puts effort into something, they start to see it as more valuable? That's a psychological rule called the investment effect. We treasure what we've worked for. So if you're always the one doing everything, always initiating, always giving, you're robbing others of the chance to invest in you. And when they can't invest, they take you for granted. But when you have standards, boundaries, your own rhythm, people begin to understand that your time has weight and your presence has value. The Stoic doesn't seek to be served. He creates opportunities for others to connect through effort. When someone makes a small effort for you, a thoughtful message, a helping hand, a patient wait, it's not just kindness. It's a bond being formed, because what requires effort becomes protected, and what comes too easily fades without memory. So don't give endlessly, invite investment. Make your presence something people earn. That's how you teach the world to value you, not by demanding respect, but by requiring effort. 9. The art of silence. In a world that never stops talking, silence is the language of the strong. A Stoic doesn't argue to win. He simply stands still, long enough for the storm to die on its own. Seneca once wrote, "He who knows how to be silent is never defeated." Silence is the highest form of emotional strength, because it proves you don't need to react to prove your worth. The world is loud, everyone's desperate to speak, to be heard, to dominate. But the one who makes the room go quiet is the one who doesn't need to say a word. When you stop reacting, you force others to face themselves. And in that stillness, they begin to see who truly holds control. Silence isn't weakness, it's mastery. It's both a tactic and a state of mind. Because only those who no longer need to be heard carry a voice that echoes from within. So, speak less, stand firm. Let your calm become your message, and let your silence become your power. Conclusion. When you start living by these principles, something powerful happens. You stop asking for respect, and it starts coming to you. People begin to listen when you speak. They look for you when they're lost. They feel calm when you walk into the room. Why? Because you no longer need validation. You've already validated yourself. Live as if you are the person you respect the most. Don't chase attention, draw it in through calm, discipline, and quiet confidence. That's how you make the world prioritize you. Not by shouting louder, but by standing quieter and shining brighter. And remember, respect isn't demanded, it's reflected. When you carry yourself with integrity, the world mirrors it back. If this message spoke to you, let it remind you that your worth doesn't need noise to be felt. You are already enough when you live with purpose, restraint, and inner strength. This is the Stoic path. If you found wisdom here, subscribe, join the brotherhood, and keep walking this path with us. And in the comments, write just one line: I choose calm over chaos. Let that be your first act of strength today.